to represent a decimal or a fraction on a number line. First, let's draw a number line. Thereafter, I'll explain. Let's have some values. First, I'll give you 7 divided by 2. Point A, okay, point A is 7 divided by 2. And so, how to represent this one? 7 divided by 2, we cannot directly find the answer. So, somehow we have a fraction. You should convert the fraction as a decimal. So, when we divide 7 by 2, so 3 times of 2, 6, remainder 1, place the decimal, lend a 0. In 10, we have 5 times. So, 3.5 would be the corresponding fraction. 3.5. 7 by 2, that means in decimal 3.5. 3.5 means we know that should be denoted exactly in the middle between 3 to 4. So, this is the location here. Okay, here, this is the location of our point A. I'll use a small line to denote. This is our point A. Likewise, point B, negative 2 into 1 upon 5. This is my next point. Likewise, point C, 0.3. D, negative 5.75. And here we have the next one, FE. This is negative 0.1 and F value is negative 13 divided by 3. Okay, there are several values. So what we are going to do is, we are going to denote all the values on the number line and compare which one is higher, which one is lesser. That's the comparison which we are going to do here. First, I denoted already. That's simple, no? Then B, this is negative 2 with a fraction. So what I am going to do is, I will convert the mixed fraction as an improper fraction. How to do that one? Keep the denominator itself as it is. Multiply 2 times of negative 5 times of negative 2, negative 10 plus 1. It's negative 11. Negative 11 divided by 5. So you should use the long division. I'm not going to explain how to divide. We know that one, no? So when you divide, it would be negative 2.2. Negative 2.2. So what is the location of negative 2.2? In negative, it should be denoted in between negative 2 to negative 3. But here, one important thing, that in the middle, for an example, here use an imaginary line. This exact middle position with respect to negative 2 and negative 3, that is denoting negative 2.5, no? But our value is little lesser, greater than negative 2.2, no? So that means that should be in this range. Okay, that should be in this range. Even though we concluded the particular value is in between these, here also we are going to do some kind of furthermore analysis. Exactly in the middle, we should have negative 2.5. But negative 2.2 means that is little greater than that. That's why I used to mark the point over here. Okay, don't mark negative 2 point here or here. Okay, you should have an imaginary knowledge that this should be beyond negative 2.5 level. Likewise, this is my point B. Next point C is 0.3. 0.3. Here also 0.5 means that should be somewhere in the middle. Our value is little lesser than that one. So that means this is the location of C. Not breaching the half limit. If it breached the halfway limit, definitely it should be greater than 0.5. No, but our value is little lesser than 0.5. No, that's why we just limited within the middle level. This is C. And negative 5.75. Negative 5.75 means we know that should be denoted in between here. In the imaginary line, I will draw. It will denote negative 5.5. This is little bit lesser than that. That means in here, it should breach the level. It is negative 5.5 is greater than this one. So that should be here. The value for D should be denoted somewhere here. Why this is breaching the limit of negative 5.5? Because it is having negative 5.75. That's why this is breaching the limit of negative 5.5. And next one, negative 0.1. That means in between 0 to 1, negative 0.1. So when we draw an imaginary line, this is negative 0.5, no? But our one is negative 0.1. So that is little closer to our 0. That is very minute difference between 0 and negative 0.1. No? That's why that is located little bit closer to our 0 value. This is our E. And finally, F. F value, this is a fraction. Let's convert the fraction as a decimal. 13 divided by 3, negative. So it would be 4 times 12, remainder 1. So 4.3. Negative 4.3 is the answer for here. Negative 4.3 means in between negative 4 and 5. But since that is negative 4.3, it cannot breach the limit of negative 4.5. Within this limit, you should denote F. Within this limit, you should denote this limit. Okay. So I'll repeat once more. You should have an imaginary line in between particular two comparative values. If that is greater than that, you should breach the limit. If that is within that limit, inside the limit, you should denote the particular point. That's all. Now we are going to do the comparison between all these values. So in the Numberline rule, okay, in the Numberline rule, whatever the value denoted in right hand side with respect to a particular value, that is greater. Okay, when you compare these two, which is in right hand side, D and F, F is in right hand side, that means definitely F is greater than D. When we compare these two, which one is right hand side? Compare to both of these values except all the other ones. B is located in right hand side, so B is greater than F. So when we compare F and A is located in right hand side, so that means A is greater. So in these cases we can write D. D is the very smallest one. Okay, D is the least value amongst all the given values because that is in the left hand side. Thereafter, little bit greater than that, that is F. F is little bit greater than D because that is located near to that one. D is little bit greater than F. E is little bit greater than B. C is little bit greater than E. And finally, A is the greatest value amongst all the given numbers. Okay, numbers, fractions, decimals, amongst all these, greatest one is A, least one is D. So in between values were classified according to their magnitude and direction. So this is the way you should use the number line to compare the values, which one is greater and which one is lesser. So in the number line rule, it says whatever the value which is, when you compare two values, only two values, whatever the value which is located in right hand side with respect to the particular value, another value, that is the greater one. Between these two, this is in right hand side, this is greater. Between these two, E is in right hand side, that is greater. Between these two, A is in right hand side, that is greater. Likewise, we just ordered them in ascending order. Ascending order means lowest one to greater one. This is the way.